Hi, everybody. I am Martinez-Bateman. I am the CEO of New Coyote Consulting. We are an equity and communications consulting firm here in the Pacific Northwest. It's actually the Wednesday update because we took yesterday off, because for me, yesterday was the first day of spring. You'll be seeing this a week after I record it. So I know last video I said something like, come see me at N10, when by the time the video is up, N10 will have passed. Sorry about that. I sometimes forget the timeline that's going on here now because I make these videos and then I send them to someone to publish it and blah, blah. Anyway, the video that I recorded 2 weeks ago, so the video before this one, it's called I'm All In on Decolonizing Management, got a lot of views and a lot of really varied and very strange hate comments. So I don't know what I did to catch the attention of who knows what. All of the comments are deleted. I'm not keeping them up. I don't want y'all to have to go there and read them. Although one really funny one I have to tell you about was if you were truly an anti-capitalist, you would stop eating carbs, which makes a lot of assumptions about both me and carbs that I'm kind of baffled by. But anyway, there's this part in The Artist's Way where she talks about how when you decide on your course, you are firm in your future movement and you know what you're gonna do. There will be people who come out of the woodwork to just double check, to just check in and be like, are you sure that this is what you want to do? Can you stand tall and defend your convictions if I push on against you on this? And that kind of felt like that, not about the carbs, but here I am making what I feel are very innocuous statements, such as people should be paid a living wage, people should feel safe in their community, people should be able to form unions, we should be able to manage people in a way that doesn't harm them over much. We should be able to make decisions, especially in nonprofit, which is the majority of the people I work with. As nonprofit organizations, we should be able to make decisions that are not profit motivated. And there are a lot of nonprofits in the world where if you were to say that sentence, you would become a pariah. People would say that you're bonkers. It is wild to me that we have these missions to eliminate poverty and challenge racism and make sure everybody has a coat. And we make these decisions that are based on capital when the fucking reason we have these missions in the first place is because of decisions that were made on capital, made about pursuing profit above everything else. And a lot of times we find ourselves in the same hole because we buy in to this really problematic worldview that implies that the pursuit of capital is actually in and of itself a value. And then people get hurt. And then, hunger continues and all this stuff. I was just talking to my friend about scaling and I was like, why is it that we talk about scaling our operations and we don't talk about unscaling the poverty, right? Why are we oh, well, with this change, we can feed 100,000 more hungry people. And we don't think, why are there 100,000 more hungry people? Why don't we do what we're doing in order to make 100,000 less hungry people? And I understand that they're different systems and blah, 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 but why are we doing this to ourselves? Why is it that saying things like people deserve food and shelter and safety is so fucking controversial? And one of the reasons is because of politics and capital and culture and all of this stuff. And one of the other reasons is that because on the internet, the algorithm prioritizes interaction. And as a person who maybe isn't getting the kind of interaction you want from just being good at your job or being interesting or funny or engaging, people will then rely on rage farming to get their interaction. So they'll come find a video like mine and they'll say something bonkers in the hope that people get mad in the comments and it gets a lot of views and points for the algorithm. And some people will keep that kind of fight in their comments because they want more views, they want to scale, right? What I was just talking about. But I don't really want to scale. I think one of the funniest insults that I get on a regular basis, both on the internet and in real life, is, wow, I would never hire you to work at my company. Which is actually like really helpful advice for me. Because there's a lot of places that I wouldn't want to work at, especially because I am the boss here. Why would I take a demotion to work for someone who doesn't believe that everyone deserves food? But that's just my own private kiki. I want to say, I just see everybody working so fucking hard, and so many of us are operating with deep wounds, not just from like family of origin stuff and from like history and trauma, but just from living in this culture where we think that it's okay that some people starve and other people have more money than they could spend in a lifetime. Like, that is such a wound. And as adults, it is our responsibility to heal our wounds and not get them on others. And I see so many of us doing such hard work to make that happen. And even when I don't agree with people, I can frequently see them working hard to heal that wound. And I think that when we look at that and see that as the common space that we're almost all of us occupying, there is room there for respect. There is room there for understanding. Even if we never get along, there is room for solidarity in that space. So that's what I'm taking away from my experience on the internet this week. Have a lunch, have a walk, have a weekend. Do not work for free. I will see you next week.